Hi, I think we're live. Oh, I better check. Better check the microphone output. Yeah, yeah, it's working! Yay! Hello, welcome to Writer's Right. Let's see. It took me a minute. It took me a minute because I had to find this book. My new book. It's up, but I learned a lot about Amazon. It it isn't just Kindle Vella. It's just Amazon itself. Honestly, you can put in the name of something and it will not come up. I don't understand why it has a search bar if you put the name in and it gives you the name of many other things that aren't the exact name. Why wouldn't it give you the exact name? Ah! All right. I guess that'll be my rant for today. Let me sign into chat and say hello. But yeah, they're making it really hard for people to find your book. But I got into chat the first time. Today has something good about it. Hello. All right, I'm Ann Kimbrough. This is Writer's Right, where we do two 25-minute writing sprints. And I'm a little late, so we will get started because I like to start at 5 minutes after the hour. So we stay on time. So let me just write this. Who's ready to write? Yeah, I do feel the need to say, because I've had comments lately, a lot of comments. People are finding, I have 2 videos where, these are live streams, right? They live, they come up. They're meant for writers to learn to write. Oh, this light's mispositioned. And they're live streams that just go on my YouTube channel. So I don't edit them. It would be counterproductive. All right, let's get the clock started though. This clock. Our first writing sprint starts on your mark, get set, now. Right. You're on the clock. So the goal of this show is that you work on your writing, I work on mine, as if we were at a coffee shop together, sitting across the table. So there is some chatting that goes on, but you're actually supposed to either tune me out and do your writing, or I guess just be slightly... And for me, I do talk a lot more than many writing sprint channels. But the goal of that is that it does sort of just get me going, motivates me to do my writing the rest of the day. Because, it's a lonely profession. So it's really nice for me to start my Mondays and Fridays this way with you. And it just gets me going. Have this community that we can support each other. And I know a lot of you watch this after the fact, and that's great because we're not all on the same time zone that you can tune in. But I do have some people that twice I've had my stomach growl because I do these first things in the morning. And somebody keeps going in and they put a timestamp in the comments for when the stomach growl is. Now, I do not know how anyone finds a stomach growl timestamp. I mean, can you actually search for that? I mean, seriously, I can't search for my own book on Amazon with the title. I'm still not over that. That's just frustrating. Why doesn't Amazon want people to find your book? I mean, if you put in the exact title and I put by, that's the only way I can get it. I have to put the exact title by, and even then, it's probably not the first thing that pops up. It's so frustrating. Let's see. I was going to try to see if I'm actually live. I like to test it if there's somebody here. Hi. Anne is ranting this morning because she can. Can you hear me? Can you give me a thumbs up out there? Why isn't it coming up? Technology. Oh, go to your channel. Then I should be there. No, I'm not. That's great. My one viewer. Can you hear me? Why can't I find me? See, I can't. Maybe it's just me today. I cannot stream anything. It's on my channel. It should be plain. It leads me to believe that somehow I'm streaming. I probably can't find my own thing if I can. Oh wait, there's somebody. There I am. I actually came up in the search. Oh good, Rosalind! Hello! You can hear me. Thank you. Thank you, Rose. How are you? Did you come to write? I hope you came to write. Oh, my lights are totally... I knocked my light over. Oh, there you can sort of see my other eye. Without... You try to get it where you can see without it causing a glare. I had it right before. I'll work on it. Yeah, so... I got a new book done. That's the good news. I'll stop ranting about the other stuff. But I am going to write today instead of talk the whole time. But thank you so much, Rose, for saying hi. I hope you've come to write, so you don't have to keep talking to me now that you've let me know you can hear me. You're keeping me sane. Thank you. Thank you very much. I think this light is just too bright is the problem. There's a little bit better. I don't think you still can't see me. Do you have to see my eyes? I think it's the light. It's my uplight got messed up. All right, I know. You don't need to see me. I'm here. I keep trying to improve. Oh, good. I'm glad. That's what you're supposed to do. So go ahead, mute me. You see the timer. Do you hate that I talk that much? I don't know. I usually talk when someone's in the chat that wants to chat. I used to write a lot more than I do now. But I do want to work on something this morning. I just have to figure out where it is. Actually, I did this sort of fast script writing, I call it, where I just forget all format. I don't do any. I just sort of get into the scene and I just let the dialogue. So I write dialogue real fast, and I need to take that and kind of translate it into real screenplay pages. But I've also been very distracted by doing journals like this one. This is a new coloring book I had out. I have a bunch of journals, and I always had the mind that I was going to keep doing them on a regular basis, and I just didn't. They're kind of fun. To me, they're sort of like, I equate it to if you were an artist, like if you doodled, you know, you're just too busy. You can't stop you can't stop painting. So you always have to be doing something. So you doodle in your sketchbook and all that. So that's, for me as a writer, that's what these are. I like formatting these books. It's kind of fun. It's like doodling. But I've come up with a new idea that I'm almost done with too. I should finish the book next week. And it's more of a book, and it has an activity in it as well. And it's really unique. Yes, we do chatty. Allie. It's Allie's fault. I look lonely. Thanks, Rose, for taking pity on me. That's okay. A girl can be on her own, but I appreciate that. Yes. What are you writing? If you're going to talk to me a tiny little bit before you go writing, tell me what are you working? What medium? What medium? Yeah. Okay. Let's see. I was trying to. Oh yeah, I need to get my email. I emailed it to me. Try again, it said. All right, here it is. I'm pretty sure I emailed this to me like last week. Oh, I guess I could search. Oh, well, of course my name, that doesn't work. I can't search my email. Learning things about myself. All right. Yeah, what? I heard something really good today. Oh, yeah, it was like, at any point in the time, you can draw a line in the sand and say, this is a new day. I'm going to just attack it the way I want. I liked hearing that message. Romance novels. That's what Rosalind's a good name for romance novels, I think. Do you write under that? Is that your pen name? Paranormal romance. Oh, and your Kindle Vella. Okay, cool. We've probably talked about that before, right? Hopefully you heard my rants on Kindle Vella because I've done two, so I don't need to do it again. But if you, I'd love to learn what you've learned from it. I do have a 10th episode that I have to put out, and I was working on it this past week. Yeah, this is Friday, isn't it? Oh gosh, the weeks, they just meld. You know, that's I don't feel like I have a weekday and a weekend every day, every week. It's just I just do the same thing every day. I don't have like I'm off. Although I am going to take a couple weeks off, and I'm not going to stream because it's going to be impossible. It's for a good reason. I assume those emojis are for Kindle Vella, your emotions about. Did we talk about this? Did you get your Kindle bonus launch, your Kindle Vella launch bonus? That's what they called it. I was honestly happy to get the launch bonus. I imagine that's all the money I'll ever get from Kindle Vella, and it wasn't bad. It could pay for dinner out for a couple people at a modest restaurant without drinks or appetizer, but you could afford dessert. And if you went to some place, you know, drive-through, you could get 2 meals. I mean, like 2 visits for 2 people. I'm like, see, no, actually more, because I'm thinking last drive-through I did was coffee, so you could get quite a few drive-through coffees. But yeah, I don't know if you have found that the search for Amazon, to me, I really started to notice it with Kindle Vella, how bad the search was. But now I realized how bad it is on just Amazon. And I did figure out one of my issues was that my search bar was up on Kindle books, but I was searching for a book, and sure, it was not a Kindle because it's this paperback book, but I should be able to put in the title of this, which is a long, stupid title. You can see it on the cover. And it should have come up at least on the first page or 2. Usually it used to come up at least halfway down. I don't expect it to come up at the top, although if you put in the exact title, and Kindle Vella, I have found, good luck. Really good luck. Maybe you do have to put that to like all departments, which, you'll probably get whatever the title of your book is. I'm sure there's something out there, some t-shirt or some gadget that'll come up before your book. 3 Little Boys. San Francisco. Oh, what a fun city. You're funny, Rose. I want to read your stuff. Do you got anything up? Hey! YS Books. I know you told me a name. Did I write it down? I usually try to write people's names down so I'm not like stupid. But now I have so many written down. I thought I knew something. Anyway, hi guys. Nice to see you here. Yvette. It just came in my head, right? But Rose, San Francisco, and 3 Little Boys. You're right. But you got something, I'm assuming then. Even if it was just to pay for crackers. A bag of chips. Alright, I got notes here. These are notes I must keep, but I don't know why. See? You told me. That it came to my brain. It's slow, but I do remember a few things. Alright. Let's all do some writing. Because I think I finally found what I was looking for. I wonder what I called it. Me. There it is. Me from me. Gotta love those emails. Alright. I found it. Something I can translate into script pages that I threw together. Oh wow. It actually is a script page. Oh, I sent it to myself as a PDF document? What the F? This isn't the right thing. No, this isn't it. Sorry. Sorry. Fooling myself. Oh, okay. Never mind. I might be able to search by date. Ah, this is it. You knew I'd find it. Because you have faith in me. Ah, there it is. Success! If at first you do not succeed, don't panic. Alright, groovy. Well, I've only wasted half of this session, kinda. Not that much. I didn't brainstorm as much as I thought I did. Let's see. Okay, there it is. Yeah, I don't know what I did on my lights. Oh, I see one's too low. I added a thing under my desk that allows me to stand. Did I tell you guys that? Which I'm not going to stand while I stream because I get tired. I mean, I do have like a high stool that I can use, but it'd be hard to see the coffee machine. Yeah, that's why it's here, so you can see it. So it's the whole ambiance thing. Anyway, I was telling you guys that I do have people that have been messaging or leaving comments lately that are about the stomach growling and how I guess they like it. I don't understand that. And, you know, I just want to say that if anyone's watching, it's cool if you like it. But that's not what this is about. And so, you know, I'm not going to do videos with my stomach growling as a thing. I didn't know that was a thing. But it is, supposedly. Because I've had requests. I don't know how to make my stomach growl on purpose. I guess I just have to not eat. Anyway, that doesn't sound like something I'd be passionate about. And you really have to be passionate to create these things. I'm passionate about writing, and I love to come here and hang out with you guys. And maybe help you write. Help us both do our writing. I like that Rose mutes me. It's very smart. I should do more hand gestures so you think I'm actually talking about something you need to unmute me for. That's not nice. I won't do that. Okay. Oh, this is definitely I found what I have to work on today. But I don't want to do it right now. What is that? Oh, that's what I downloaded. I'm gonna work on something over here. The laptop. Yes, this is my new project that I can't talk about because it's awesome. No, it's don't sing, Anne. It's what is it? It's a big idea. So I'll be able to tell you soon because it's only going to take a couple weeks to finish. Well, I finish it next week, but then you got to put it up on Amazon, and I have to. Well, which I can do that in a day. Obviously, it doesn't take that long. But then I have to order a proof, so that's what takes time. So the proof could take, could take 5 days to get the proof. So, what happened to my keyboard? I guess it's downstairs. Dang it. All right. Do 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 do. I work in so many programs, and I had this new one. I think it's called Book Bolt. It's a layout program. I actually paid for it. It goes against everything I believe in. I'm just joking. I totally believe in paying for things, especially if they're good. But it's just okay. It's useful, but not for what I'm doing. Sorry, I have this is high security to get into my Canva program. Honestly, I don't know why I have two-step verification, but I thought somebody had once hacked into it, so it was actually somebody that I had allowed into one part of it. I didn't know how Canva worked like that. But you can give people access on like a team basis or something. All right, that's working. So anyway, Canva's a layout program, and there we go. And so is this Book Bolt. A trending bubble? Yay! A way to go. Yvette, that's great. Well, you did say you had a self-help. I love it. So do you feel like you started that and then it just percolated and got into a trending bubble? That is fantastic to hear. I mean, so maybe people, how do you think people are finding it? Oh. I thought I was gonna pull something off. It's my headphones. I'm back into editing the podcast. So we finally decided on a launch date. This is the third, but this is the final one. We're gonna launch on October 31st, Halloween, because it's a scary podcast. And that does give us enough time to actually do it. So now I have to actually do my end of it, which is edit all these things. Let's see. Well, if you don't know how you got there, then that means it happened organically. That's fantastic. Yay! My standing O. Excited for you. That's good to hear, because I mean, maybe that's the ticket when it comes to Kindle Vella. I think self-help is always a good area to create books in, because I know that I go to YouTube a lot, but if I wanted a book, obviously self-help would be big. A lot of people are going to go there and search for the help they need. So yeah, I search on YouTube first for free advice I'm thinking self-help is more like, I don't know, not mental, but it's but sort of, I'm just mean in general, any help I've needed, I search for. Ooh, okay. All right, I'm just going to try to add to what I'm creating. But so to get back to Book Bolt versus Canva. So this is for creating low content. They also call them no content journals. So this, I would say, is a low content because it's a coloring book. So you're not, and I combined it with state capitals. So you can go through the book and learn your state capitals and do some coloring. For those that need it, I put it obviously in like a children's activity book category, but I also put it in citizenship. So that would apply. I think there's plenty of people that might go this route to learn the state capitals when you have to learn that when you become a citizen. All right, here we go. I finally got to where I need to be. But you know what? I have to find something first. So I can say that the new thing I'm working on that I'm really excited about, I am creating my own kind of mashup with something from the public domain. So that's where that's at. Oh, okay, cool. And I don't know, it's been really fun. And it's something that came up out of several areas that I had come up with the idea months ago, written up something about it. And then when I was desperate to bring something to my critique group, because I've been working on the screenplay and the podcast editing, I pulled that out of my archives. Oh, that's right, A Diva's Journey Off the Grid. I thought I was gonna go find that. Let's see if I can find it. I do have my Kindle open, or not Kindle, but Amazon. Amazon. There it is. Okay, let me put that in. You're right, I wrote that down. You do notice I have a million things going on. A Diva's Journey Off the Grid. I love that title. But you know, people aren't going to go search for that title, so it's just why I'm trying to figure out their how do things bubble up? All right, let's see. Of course, this is the Kindle Vella curse, where it didn't bring it up. What's the author name? Let's see. Can I pick Kindle Vella? It wasn't here before. What would it? I guess it'd be under K. Maybe if I just say Kindle Store, it'll come up. All right, let's try that. Is it by YS Books? Yeah. Oh wait. I thought. All right, let me try this now. Let me try to find Kindle Vella. That Kindle Vella is like really freaky hard to find. If I find one, oh, there it is. Okay, they actually have a list thing. And let's see, did I? We did it! I can find. Stop! All right, our first writing sprint is toast. I must be hungry. All right, I did finally get into Kindle Vella, so I will look at that in just a sec. What happened to my chat? There it is. Oh, it is under Y Stokes. Okay. Okay. I'll look. Because I can't remember if did you get a crown by any chance? Because if I went in and found it, I did do that last week for someone. I can't remember. All right. Time to do this. I have not had coffee today. Can you tell? Can you? What did I do with my... Someone keeps stealing my trash can. It's for a good reason. It was actually me. I had like a little gnat flying around, so I was afraid that there was something in the trash. But all there is are these little Keurig coffee ground things. Yeah, I took it to be... I think I'm doing the same. It's another Tim Hortons. Let me see. I was gonna see if I could find that. So you got one 4-star review. Maybe that did it. That probably helped. So my book, no crayons. Okay. Well, we'll change that. All right. Now I'm in Kindle Vella, but it just still doesn't have like a... Oh, I gotta log in. I thought I was in. Oh, here we are. Now that my computer is higher, I feel like I'm looking up at it. No shot! Alright, yep, here I am. Now I have my stories. I have Willow and Allie's book, The Dead Ringmaster. Alright. I don't remember Willow. Okay. So now where can I search for you? Oh, I am in Kindle Vella. Sorry. How are you guys? What else can we talk about? I'm going to get our second writing sprint going here in just a couple of minutes. This is your little break. Get your coffee. Hit the restroom. I'm pointing like I know where the restroom is in your house. Let's see. Deep off the grid. Oh, there comes the coffee. Okay, Diva Off the Grid. That actually worked. So this is strange. I could not pick in the search bar Kindle Vella. I didn't see it. But when I finally went to Kindle Vella, it popped up in the search bar. So, okay, here's Diva Off the Grid. Well, obviously it doesn't show here. I'm going to follow story. Oh, cool. I love your little... Oh. Are you really living off the grid in a little pup tent? I love this. This is a huge area. So many people love this. I can't wait to read. You just have one episode up? Oh, wait, no. 4. Okay. I will read him and I will buy your 4th. I'll have to... You know, I found out that you can't just... It's not smart to just run through and click and like because I think the computer knows. So if a crown pops up today, I don't know how soon you see it. It's me! Okay, let's see. I got way too much stuff open. I can't move my box. All right, now I see it. Oh, that's cool. I don't know how I did that, but I just made a separate box to see the comments. All right, coffee time. Ooh. We got one more minute and we will get going on our second writing sprint. I'm finally got everything in place to join you with the writing. Because that's important. But, you know, I don't know what are your guys' writing schedules like? I write all day, coffee with, or a creamer with coffee. That's good stuff. I think I have, did I have enough creamer? Maybe just a little bit more. Gotta keep the creamer company in business. All right. My double. Do you guys know what that means? I kind of forget myself. It's Canadian talk when you order coffee. It means a cup of coffee with 2 creams and 2 sugars. Commonly enjoyed across Canada. Yeah, somebody, I think it might have been me or a sister-in-law bought this for my son who did not drink coffee at the time. He does now. And of course, I have the cup. It was like a birthday gift. Oh, French vanilla creamer. Yes, it's a true story. How cool, Yvette. Well, cool. I can't wait to read that. I might just do it right now because I'm distracted. All right. We have our 25 more minutes on the clock. Let's get into our second writing sprint of the morning. On your mark, get set, write. Ding, 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 ding. We're sprinting. That's why I do the mark, get set. You're ahead of me. But yeah, anyway, anyone that is tuning in for some sort of ASMR stomach growls, that is not what the show is about. Is it really a show? It's more of just a hangout. I'm happy if those things come up, but if it makes you happy, the stomach growls it is. But for the rest of us, that's not why we're here, is it? We're here to write. Okay, I'm just gonna put that down. I am gonna focus and try to do. Gosh, So I've got this thing I can pull it up and down and I can stand because I have issues with if I keep my arms like this all day. I've got to do the opposite exercise, which I highly recommend for everybody. It's one of those things that it just catches up with me over time, especially after I had a bad, like a whiplash car accident. I feel like I'm still recovering from that a little bit. At least when it comes to writing, I feel it. I feel it in my hands. So anyway, life. What? Anyway, the new project is a smash up with using public domain. How many of you looked into public domain and trying to use some of that content for something? I have a friend that is doing it, so she's finding kind of old, obscure mysteries, and she's a really great writer in films, and she writes a lot of scary, very horror stories, and so she's finding those kind of stories in books, and she's just republishing them to find a new audience. I think she writes a foreword for them, describing what the story's about, and puts the new cover on. So. But she said she has a lot of issues publishing them on Amazon because they are works by somebody else. And even though she is, you definitely say it's that work by somebody else. And even though it's a really old work, so it's in public domain, it's still, she's got to fight over every title. I think the computer that reads goes, hey, this exists, So she always has to, I think, email, and a human has to look at it and go, oh, okay. Because you can do that with public domain. I don't want to do that, though. That's not my idea of a fun way to make money. But I love the mashups, just like there's, Pride and Prejudice and zombies, or the Lincoln, what was he, some kind of vampire slayer. That kind of stuff is kind of interesting. It's kind of unique. So I've found something like that to do, and we'll see if it's interesting. Right now, it's really fun to do. It's only going to take me like 2 weeks to create these books, because they're not just a book. They're kind of like a book activity book, but they are a book. There's a story. And I have 2 that I can do right away. And it's kind of weird because the author is famous, but of course, a long time ago. He's still famous though. So it's really weird to put in that I'm a co-author to this guy's stuff. It's really kind of like, who do I think I am? But I don't know. I just want to bring his work to a new audience, and this could be a fun way to do it. Oh, they did a reverse Beauty and the Beast? That's a cool idea. So, I mean, there's all that stuff. That's so cool. So, you just have to go to Project Gutenberg, and there's a couple others. I think Authorama, I want to say, is one that uses public domain works, and they don't. So how public domain, I forget. I don't want to say it exactly how public domain works. But, once things are in public domain, anybody has the right to use it any way they want. Well, technically, I don't even think you have to attribute where it came from. But obviously, if you're using something famous that people know, you should. It's actually a benefit to marketing. And I'm always reminded of that movie Julie and Julia, where the gal started a blog when she was doing all the recipes in Julia Child's famous cookbook. And, so she had a blog about it, and it was made into a movie. And it's really a good movie if you've seen it. Meryl Streep is Julia Childs. And who's Julie? I can't remember her name. Somebody you would know. Anyway, I remember with that the actual girl, when she was doing the blog, Julia Childs, was still alive. And the thing is, she wasn't taking anything. She was actually promoting Julia Child to new people, because she was doing all the recipes in this famous cookbook. And they were really hard recipes, And she was sort of going through her own life issues at the time. So it was really a great blog. But anyway, when someone told Julia Child about it, and I don't even know if Julia Child at the time knew what a blog was, but she didn't think much of it. She wasn't flattered. It was kind of a big letdown when this girl found out that Julia Child, if anything, was a little pissed off. So I would imagine that, the person that I'm mashing with. I will tell you all about this probably in a month. But the person I'm mashing up with would probably not be happy either. Even though I'm trying to bring his work to a new generation in a very different way, you know. So if you look on Amazon about using public domain works, you can definitely republish anything and put a new cover on it. But they don't really consider that the best way to do it. And you're going to have hurdles, and you're going to have to fight them over it being, you know, a public domain thing. It's going to kick off their computer network. Whatever bot checks that stuff is going to say, hey, this is plagiarism, or this is, you know, anyway. But they do recognize if you are changing something or adding something new, that is what they do like you to do. So that's what I'm doing. I decided to go it's the creative way, right? It's very creative. And we'll see. I mean, you know, all of these things are just a gamble. So I guess to start with me. Don't you do that? You start with you. If I'm happy about it, and it's made me quite happy. I really should have been working this past week on the screenplay, but I'm still waiting for my writing partner. But I need to be writing ahead. We wanted to finish the script by the end of the month. I don't see how that's possible because I haven't gotten anything back from him. And it's really scary. I don't know if you guys ever write with somebody else, but it's really scary in not a real scary way, but I feel like I set myself up for failure if you write too far ahead of your partner. It depends what your process is, but we discussed, so obviously he knows mostly, but at this point he hasn't read what I've done. And I went through, we came up with this new twist that we needed to add. So I went through and added stuff. So we really had to go back from the beginning. Anyway, the point being, I really want him to be caught up and get his feedback and say, hey, this is where we're at. Because to just ride ahead, it's almost like I'm just wasting my time because he's going to have feedback on what I've done. And that'll change where the story goes, you know? So I am trying to just work on the big plot point scenes that I know have to be there no matter what. I mean, the content within them, what they're saying, obviously the gist of that could change or alter, but the scenes have to be the scenes. Saint City. Oh, Bible stories. Oh, I love that. That's cool. So yeah, you're definitely in the public domain territory. Good for you. I think it's a fun, really creative way to jumpstart, you know, what you're doing. And for us, where I'm assuming, don't let me assume, but I am assuming that, you know, you're like me, you don't have a huge built-in fan base yet. We're still trying to find that, aren't we? But and we will. But obviously, it's a great way to tap into a market that exists. There's obviously plenty of people that love faith-based, and especially if you're taking, that's even another area is Bible stories. So very smart. I mean, it's a great way to market what you're doing. And when I hate to say we're starting out, because I obviously been doing this a long time, and I'm assuming you guys have too, but in many ways we haven't really broken through with our books. You know, we have maybe small groups of people that like it and will buy whatever we put out, but it's not enough to, it's not that organic burst of fans that find you and, you know, it makes something successful. So we need that marketing aspect to break through the noise, because there's just so much out there. And if you aren't going to be able to sell it to a big publisher, which I don't know, seriously, we aren't. It's like X-Men. Oh, biblical elements, how they're supernatural. I love that. That sounds really cool. And huge fan base for that. huge. It's got a huge fan base. What parent that out there wouldn't want to say, oh, there's all this stuff kids love about superheroes. Wouldn't it be nice if we could turn them toward biblical superheroes? Just saying. You're clever. I like it. Yeah, so that's kind of what I'm trying to do too. All right. I'm going to do a little bit of it in our 13 minutes. At least find out where I'm at, so I don't know. I do have to get those. I haven't set a goal for how many scenes I need to get done going ahead in the script. Should it be 3? 5? Should I have 3? Well, I am past the midpoint, so basically you have the second act turning point is a big scene, and it has to be the scene it has to be, right? It's a true story. Oh, wow, you've got insider, that's really cool. I mean, I don't know how much that you've put into pitching your stories, but that's great. I mean, they always used to say if you had a book, if it was a fiction book about firefighters, if you could say you had been a firefighter, it's always really great for the pitch. So see, you can say you were raised by 2 ministers. Because they always want to know why you in this story. And so often I don't have that. I can't say something like what you could say. Especially when I'm doing. I could just say, well, I'm just a fan. I just had the idea. I said I wanted to do something with public domain. Which author would I pick? From way back when? Which one still spoke to me? I do have to tell you that something written in, this was written in, I want to say 1910-ish. It was published in 1910, so it was probably written before. I have to say that there's some updating in it that has to happen. I don't know how you feel about the biblical stuff. But I can't, this is for, it could be for adults too, but it's mostly for tweens to teens. That's the age range. That's funny. You're letting it all out. You're like, she was just sitting there thinking about superhero powers. Well, hey, somebody parted the Red Sea. How is that not a superhero power? Sergio! How are you? Good to see you pop up in the chat. Where you been? You've been working hard again? Cannot. Oh, wait. Okay. Oh, I gotta tell you something. Remind me. It's about my Fit Girls book. The one I've been fighting to complete the book formatting. So it's still on this computer. Open, but never attempted to go back to. I keep working on it in spurts, and the spurts are so far apart, 3 weeks at least, that I have to retrain myself how I'm doing it. I don't know. Have you ever formatted a book? Paperback. I'm talking paperback. Kindle is so easy. It's so easy. Well, and honestly, I should say, have you ever formatted a book where you've added pictures in it? So when you add some pictures, which since I'm combining more than one book, I don't have a lot of pictures, but I have the cover. That alone, and I want to put something unique for each chapter head. Like, you know, I want a cool looking 1 or 2, whatever it is. That is what causes all the problem. So you'd think I would just say, forget it. But no, I will not give up. You cannot beat me that easy. Instead, I just let it languish. Well, I might just, tell you now, because I'll forget. So I was here yesterday. My son was here, right here in this office, in the red chair. You can't see. There's a red chair over there. And he got to finally see my books, because my husband finally put my bookshelves up. And actually, I have three red bookshelves up here. They say stuff under them like believe, be creative, and dream big. I got 2 more that I can go over there too, but I have to paint them. Anyway, I've put my books up there because I just had them stored in the closet. Because I always buy extra copies, right? Author copies to send out or something. Really haven't done much with them. But so they're up here, and my son finally saw them. So he's heard me talk about all these books forever, for ages. And now he finally saw them and goes, well, how many do you actually have? And I still have some that I don't have copies of. So I pulled them all out. He's like, you need to start promoting them now. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to start promoting all my books now instead of waiting for some magical moment when I feel like I have enough of them, which is what I've been doing. You did a graphic novel? Oh, how was the KDP comic book template? I haven't tried it. I'm sure I've heard of it at one point, but did it work out well? And that might work. So earlier I was, excuse me, I was mentioning that I can't talk. I was mentioning that I've been using a program to do like books like this, which I know this looks like a comic book because that's what I picked for the cover to attract attention. I used Book Bolt. So what it's really good at doing is creating a 2-page spread, and it can, if you lay out a 2-page spread, it can make you that 2-page spread as many times as you need it. Like, which, excuse me, I need water. I'm okay. But, so that's what you do for a low content book. Like, if it's just a journal writing book, you know, a lot of people will just put different covers on journal pages, so they don't have to say much. I'm not making books like that. I think that's too simple. And I don't really see how you get found if you don't have something unique. So this is full of clip art that I've licensed. Yes, this is also a PDF that I've saved it in. So you have to save it as a PDF. I also take my PDF and change the pages. But cool. I'll look into it. That could work. So the other option, so what I'm using for the new thing, excuse me, is Canva, which is what I've used in the past for my other low content journals. And the benefit of Canva is that it's 1 page at a time. You can obviously duplicate pages once you make some form, but it's better that way that what you create, you can decide which pages are the same, because in these books there is some sameness. Like, for instance, so I found out that you have to have at least 100 pages. You should have at least 100 pages in a book like this. And so 50 states, and then the opposite side is always a blank page. You know, you don't want print on 1 piece of paper, because the paper in these books isn't bad for print on demand, but I could pick any book up that I would even assume it was printed elsewhere. And unless it's an art house book, the paper, you're going to be able to see through it at a certain, especially if it's something you then want someone to draw on or write on in any way, color. So the back page always has to be blank, and I always put like a little thing at the top on bottom, very light, like a light gray, that says the page is purposely left blank. Mostly I do that for Amazon because I think anyone using it will understand. And I also have a page that says how to use this journal, that if you want to use something like gel pens or felt markers, you got to put a page between them or cut it out. But anyway, so yeah, I am going to start promoting all my books because no one can find them. And obviously now I've discovered no one can even search if they knew they wanted to find it. But no one knows they want to find it. So I'm going to do some promoting that way. But the big thing was, I was telling him how much hard time I was having getting the paperback book out for my Fit Girl series. And because I have 4 Kindle books that I wanted to publish as one paperback. And he's like, well, 4. He goes, well, you should publish it as 2. And I don't know why that never occurred to me, that he thinks I should put out, since I have 4 Kindles, I should put 2 and 2. So I'll come out with 2 paperbacks at the same time. So I think I'll do that. I got to look at the page count. I haven't double checked the page count, but I want them to be the mass market paperback size for the books. So those are smaller. So even if they were kind of on the thin side, it'd be okay. But I'm thinking each are like, the Kindle books are quick reads or short reads. I don't know what you call them. So they're only like 10 chapters. I don't even know how many pages is that. How many pages is that? Inquiring minds want to know. Let's see if I can find Fit Girls. Let's see if I can search for that. Actually, the first book in this series comes up. There it is. It actually came up with the title. Go figure. It's the cool thing that Amazon does. It says reading age 12 to 18. It's coming up with this grade level, 4 to 12. That's interesting. Oh, so it's 106 pages. So that's cool. So if each book is around 106 pages, that's not bad. So anyway, I'm going to do it. Thank you, son. I'm using his cup. He knows I have this. I'm not giving it back. It's mine. It matches my room. It has red in it. Anyway, so that made me happier in the sense of that the formatting wise, I think I could, I have to copy what I have. So I have this ginormous, how many pages is it? It's on here. Where is it? Where is it? I'm going to search. I have so many things open. I will tell you exactly how many pages it is for 4 books. Not that one. There, it's not there. What is it? Nope, that's not it. Nope. There it is. I think. Oh, there's 2 of them. Which one is the right one? Paperback. Formatted right. One says formatted right and one says paperback 2. I have no idea the difference. Gosh, Ann. I'll have to open both of them. Oh, yeah, that's not, this one's not the right one. Okay, this one I can see that it's formatted. Alright, so... yeah, so I've got the first book is formatted the correct way. Alrighty! We did it! Or you did it! Probably Rose Lynn is the only one that did writing this morning, right? Rose, how did you do? I was going to try to see how many pages this was. I could get through the bottom. I mean, it says it's 106 in Kindle, but how much is that in the real time? And then here's the question. This is the manuscript that I uploaded for Kindle. And now that I'm messing with it, I've had to mess with it a lot. So I feel the need to reread it now, just to make certain I just didn't accidentally cut out a paragraph somewhere. All right, so book 1 ends at page 123. So that's good. So yeah, so 2 books would be over 200 pages. So I can't do 4 books. It'd be so long. All right. I feel like you're agreeing with me. Silence is acceptance. You see how my mind works? I can make anything go. Yeah, it's all spin. I spun it. I will check out the comic book template. I'm going to make a note of that. Make a note of it. Because maybe that would be the missing ingredient I need for this activity book. Template. It might be easier, but Canva is really cool. The only hard thing I get is I am adding graphics to this. So it's that laying stuff on. There are limits. Because you could get something that's back and the thing in the front is blocking it, and it's really hard in Canva. You have to keep sending stuff back and forward, and you can just play that game for a while till you fix it exactly the right way and then get the right thing forward. Anyway, if you haven't worked with any formatting programs, you won't understand. But I'll have some fun stuff to share with you when I figure that out. There's nothing perfect when it comes to formatting. Each of them have their own glitches. The Book Bolt has a really great feature where it can make the background go. So if you had, because all of these are to work with some kind of graphics with text, and in doing it, many graphics that you'll get, especially because you can get all, Pixabay has a ton of free ones you can use. They could have a white background, they could have a color background, whatever it is. Obviously, you need black and white for what you're printing, but it has a feature you can just dial it out, whether it's a light background or a dark background. So that's what I really like about Book Bolt, but it's set up to make basically a book full of just the same layout over and over and over and over again. So that's what I don't like, because I'm not putting out books like that. Blender 3D software. Oh. I'll look into Blender. Are you an artist too? Or because I have Photoshop on that computer. So I create all my covers in Photoshop there. So because there's tricks and stuff, but I don't want to. I mean, I guess technically I could lay out pages, but to me, that would take longer with a program like Photoshop. I'm not a huge expert at it, but I want to kind of blow and go on the interior. So this book I created in 5 days. That's like good. That's sort of where I want to be with these. And this new one I'm creating, it'll probably be about the same. It took 3 days to lay out what I have, and I'm halfway through. So once again, I only have to create 50 pages because the other 50 are going to be blank, because it's a book I want people to write in. So there's that. We'll see where it takes us, but I'll look into Blender. I'm happy with Canva for right now. I feel like after using, I think that the Book Bolt, so I paid for a year membership. It was cheaper that way. I think it was only like $69. I think I'll figure out that there are some pages in these books, not this one, because it's a coloring book, so every page really is quite different. But I think on some of the future ones, I have a lot of ideas for other, I call them low content. Some people call them no content, but these actually have some content, so I call them low content. There are some pages that repeat. And if I can figure that out, I don't know if the book I'm doing yet can figure it out, but I could do all those pages in Book Bolt because it just produces a ton of pages. And then I could just copy one page. Anyway, I'm trying to find a way to use it since I paid for it. The worst problem with Book Bolt is that you can save obviously you should be able to save what you've created, this formatted 2-page spread, and for some reason it doesn't always open right. Like, it opens bigger, it doesn't open to the size, so you'd have to rescale it. It's a real pain in the neck. I had to keep closing it, opening it, closing it until it opened right. So yeah, I guess I'm not a fan of Book Bolt. But Canva came to the rescue. You did an animated series on YouTube? Oh, wow. Blender sounds like, what kind of computing brain would you need for that? If it's doing 3D illustrations. So basically, well, you know, Canva now has this animation feature, and you download it as an MP4. I haven't messed with it because I feel like you'd probably have to pay for it. See, that's the cool thing about Canva, it's free. Obviously, there is a point where you have to pay for it, but so far, what you have to pay for is really to use it with a team. Or if you want to use some of their, they have some clip art there that if you want to use it, you have to pay the pro license for, which could be worth it. I have upgraded Canva for a little while, but I found that the features that you're paying for weren't the ones I used. So what they do for free is really great because it covers my needs. So I love Canva, and I would send everybody there. I think it's a very user-friendly app or application, and very easy to use, very reliable. I've never lost information on it, which is kind of really critical when you're working with graphics. It's just that if you're doing complicated things with layers, that it can get complicated. Anyway, guys, we did it again. 2 writing sprints, because we're writers and we're being real creative. I applaud you, because I actually got everything set up to go. I'm ready to go for the day. Oh, it is open source. All right, I'll check it out. I think, oh, here, let me write down Blender. It sounds like if I know, you know, I know the basics of Photoshop to tinker around and do my book covers. You know, I know how to change the colors and move stuff and resize. I would never call myself any kind of Photoshop expert, but I'm assuming those skills translate. But good to know about Blender. I always want to find a better option. Anything that's easier to use seems to save you time. So thanks for those tips, Yvette. And good luck with your book. I am going to check that out. I've got it open on my computer, and I can't wait to read about your journeys off-grid. I love those, like Tiny House Hunters. Fave show. All right, guys. I'm going to send you out into the world to be your wonderful creative selves, and hopefully come back and see me on Monday. Thank you, Yvette. Thank you, Sergio. Thank you, Rosalind, for joining me today, and everybody else that tunes in after the fact. Take care of you, do some good writing, and we'll see you next time. Bye!